Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm welcoming myself back to the world because I've been gone for a little bit. My name is Big Tiddy. I am here with producer Donnie, who's in the control room and making all this stuff happen. And alongside of me is my homie who I have missed big time, Mr. Shiner. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm good, buddy. Good to have you back. It's always good to when you get back. So, yeah, man, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm awesome. Shandy's awesome. Everything's awesome. Got the batteries recharged. Although, to be honest with you, I thought about work every day while I was gone. So, and not my first job, our stuff.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. While you were gone every day, I thought about work, too.
Yeah.
A lot.
The difference is you did work. I did a little bit. I shot you a recording of the time lapse of the cruise ship taking off and going. That was kind of cool. Man, I'll tell you what, it's good to be back home. You know, it's nice to be gone, especially for 7 days on a ship.
7 days.
Yeah, middle of nowhere. It's awesome. Did not have any storms to deal with, although I found out there were 6 named tropical storms in the Caribbean while we were gone.
Yeah, I didn't know there were 6, but I knew there was a lot.
Yeah, and you know they do not pump that stuff into the room on television. You don't get news.
No.
You don't get news. You don't get weather. You know, you get like a couple of movie channels that show movies that have been out 5 or 6 or 7. And then of course they have a theater. They did play. Oh God, dang it! What's the name of that movie? Johnny, you got to help me.
You got to give me more than that. I don't have a guess yet.
Yeah. God dang! I'll think of his name. Keanu Reeves.
They played
number 3.
We narrowed it down.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah. What in the hell is the name of this movie? John Wick 3. Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing. Shiner wins.
You win. You get the shepherd's pie that I cooked.
Jesus, that was a bumpy ride right there, bud.
Yeah. I tell you, you go on vacation, you think you recharge your batteries, but it does not repair the brain. So,
man.
Yeah, that's still the way it is. But
I was starting to get a little anxiety about it.
Had some funny stuff that goes on, as usual, on vacation. You know how I like to people watch. Rednecks, they were not out in droves this time like they were on the last cruise. The last cruise we took a week before Christmas. And so lots of people brought their kids. Not a lot of people brought their kids this time. It was the middle of September. And it was a great anniversary cruise for us, but that kept the redneck number quite low. Or if there were a lot of rednecks on board, they disguised themselves as a pair of shorts. But 5 people...
High-end rednecks if they were there.
At least high-tech rednecks. 5 people got left behind in Cozumel. They did not make it back to the boat on time. We were pulling away from the dock. I'm telling you, dude, there's an actual YouTube channel for this, and it's called Pier Runners, P-I-E-R. We're pulling away from the pier, and you can see these people just haul in ass running down the pier. Like, what are you going to do, jump on the boat?
Yeah, I wanted to see this. I got some questions.
All you got to do is leap up about 90 feet to get to the rail.
Yeah, you got this. You got this, bud.
Yeah. Swimming.
Think about if you're one of these people, okay? Where do you start?
Well, first off,
where do you start to find the answer to this problem you just now have realized you have?
First off, hopefully you have a paper
boat?
What are those things called? You go overseas with them? God dang it, my memories.
A passport.
Passport, yes. Jesus Christ. Passport. If you got the paper one.
Are you sure you're back from vacation?
It was this way when I left, so my brain's the same. It did not repair itself up. But if you have the passport card, that's only good for surface travel. So if you leave on a boat and you got the passport card, it's fine to travel on a boat. That's on the surface, and it comes back on the surface. Or you can drive into other countries, Mexico or Canada, and come back on the card because that's surface travel. But when you're on Cozumel and it's an island, the only surface travel you're going to get out is a boat. And unfortunately, that boat's not going to take you all the way to New Orleans. So you got to take a flight from Cozumel. Well, if you have a paper passport, you can go buy yourself a ticket and fly back. No problem. If you have a passport card, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass, but not horrible. The U.S. consulate which, by the way, is not in Cozumel. You have to go mainland for that. So you have to take a boat over there. But you got to go to the U.S. consulate, and you wind up expediting a passport from the U.S. to there, which takes a couple of days, right? Or the third option, you don't have to have a passport. You don't need a passport to take a cruise, okay? You can take a cruise with, like, your birth certificate and a driver's license. All you need is two forms of IDs. Now, if one of those people in Cozumel just had their driver's license and never had a passport, they be screwed because they're
now Mexican citizens.
Yeah, they're on that side of the wall. They got to go to the U.S. consulate's office and prove they are who they are by getting more documentation from the states sent down there before they ever get a chance to get a passport. So they're going to be down there a while.
Yeah.
My suggestion is if you head due west from mainland and you see a bunch of people walking north, just jump right in with them.
Yeah.
They've been there several times. The drone guy. I told you about this. I
love this story.
Yeah, you're not even supposed to bring a drone on board ship at all, or run it on board ship. You can bring one on, but you got to run it on terra firma where you get off. This guy decides to, it's early in the morning. There's everybody up. I'm going to fly my drone a little bit, see what's going on. So he gets about 10 feet off the ground. Well, there's a windbreak, right? That's up to about 20 feet off the ground. Once you get above 20 feet off the ground, keep in mind the boat's moving about 20 knots forward. So this guy gets up a little over 20 feet, and that drone starts hauling ass backwards. So he's got that thing tilted like nose down, just trying to catch up and get back close to where he was on the deck. And then, you could see him just sweating bullets.
And it's a nice drone, probably.
Yeah,
too,
this is a really nice drone. This is a probably $2,000. It's a really nice drone. Now, it is water resistant to a point. Now he took it back to his room and off, but by giving that lets you know that he didn't quite lose the drone. The guy's a pretty good pilot for thinking about this. He brought that thing forward and just slowly started decreasing the altitude till he got inside that windbreak. And once he got inside that windbreak, he basically had to dump it because, excuse me, it's kind of like if you're driving down the highway and there's a truck with a ramp behind it, and you pull up onto that ramp. Well, your wheels are moving 60 miles an hour, and the road is moving 60 miles an hour the other way, right? You're going right. That road is hauling ass underneath you. When you hit that ramp,
and it's
all of a
stationary.
All of a sudden, bam! You take off and go forward, right? Big time. So, because it's rolling at 60 miles an hour, we're all up on this thing, and all of a sudden, bam! You just shoot off the front.
Tiddy's busy coughing right now. He uses that mute button perfectly.
God dang!
I never even heard a bit of that cough, dude.
That was brutal. Anyways, once
Donnie's over there freaking out. Donnie thought you lost your mic.
No, Donnie, I'm good to go. I promise. But once he got down below that windbreak, he just had to basically let go of everything and dump it, because if he didn't, that thing was going to fly forward really fast and run into the boat. Yeah, run into the boat and just tear itself up. So he just let go of the controls, and it came down into the pool, in the swimming pool. So he puts his controller thing down, and his controller thing was really neat, man. He wasn't flying this thing with an iPhone. He was flying this thing with an iPad. Yeah, he's got some really, really good setup. So he set that down real quick and jumped in the pool, picked it up, pulled it out, and immediately got a towel and started
cradling it like a baby.
Yeah, one of the people on the boat was like, "Well, you're not supposed to bring it on here and fly it on the boat. So you need to keep that in the room. If we see it again, we're going to confiscate." He's like, "Oh, trust me, man, I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to fly this thing on the boat anymore."
I never even that would have never crossed my mind if I'd been that dude's shoes either. Like, I'm gonna sneak this drone on the plane, and then it never would have crossed my mind that boat's traveling that fast. And
20
once
knots.
that thing gets off the air, off the deck, It ain't traveling as fast as that boat anymore.
Yeah, 20 knots is like 25 miles. So that's a pretty good amount of wind if you're on a bicycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're trying to fight that with your drone.
Yeah.
Thank God he had a really nice drone, because if it was my little piece of shit drone, that'd have been gone, long gone.
It didn't stand a chance.
Like Gone Girl Gone with a better ending.
Oh man, don't even bring that movie up, dude. So you God damn it, you leave town, right?
Right.
We don't even talk about picking a movie to discuss this week because you're going to be gone doing excursions on the cruise and everything. So I'm like, man, so this movie's recommended to me, right?
Right.
By this young lady that I spent some time with. So she tells me what a badass movie this is. I'm stoked because this movie is badass. If you guys have not seen the movie Gone Girl, especially if you're a dude and you think you've ever been with a crazy chick, like I have like one or two, but
Yeah, one maybe. Yeah.
But this chick in this movie goes to a whole nother league, dude. You gotta watch this. But spoiler alert right now. It's a long movie. It's like 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 15 seconds. I'll never forget that because 2 hours and 24 minutes of that movie are the most badass, suspense-filled, watching a crazy broad be a crazy broad movie you could ever experience. And the ending blows shit. It was 2.5 minutes of horrible ending. It's like the writers just got up one day and went, okay, we're done writing this. And they had to bring in like some scabs from the picket line or something that crossed the picket line to finish this movie. And they did a horrible job. I've never been so mad watching a movie in my life, I don't think.
So the ending was like, fuck it, I'm done. Sorry,
yeah,
Donnie.
it was just like this chick. Oh, dude, you need to watch it. Just be prepared for the last 2 minutes of it are gonna piss you off. Like it's the dumbest ending of a movie I've ever seen that built up to it. I mean, I'm thinking the whole time this thing's gonna have some crazy climactic ending. This is gonna be nut, and it was a total letdown. I was so pissed off when that movie went off.
But it was a great movie.
2 hours and 24 minutes of it are awesome.
You know,
but the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds will make you want to punch a puppy, dude.
You know, the ending of Deliverance kind of let me down. Probably not as bad as what this movie did you, but I wanted to know what happened with the rest of the characters.
Yeah, because Deliverance just kind of it makes you think maybe they were going to make a sequel,
right?
You know, but they just never did.
Their friend that they sunk in the river popped up. That was all bad, but you didn't hear what happened there. And then Burt Reynolds, he went to the hospital. Once he went to the hospital, that was it. You didn't see another lick of him.
Like, I want to know what. Yeah, I'm like you. I have some questions. Like, what's going on here? Like, I don't think we got the whole story there, bud.
You know, with us doing movies like this, and you and I film things. And we put miniature shorts and movies and that kind of stuff together, and music videos, commercials, and all sorts of stuff. What if, instead of just doing a movie review, we could do like a, this is how I would have done. This is what I would have done. This is how I would have done it in the end.
Dude, it would take a lot of time to finish up Deliverance, though. I mean, that'd be a lot of shooting stuff.
Yeah, it would. But I mean, I could say like, well, they're whatever the guys end up sinking. Well, it popped up. He popped up, and they came in, and well, everybody finally one guy turned on the other. So one guy got 20 years, the other guy got 40 years, and Burt Reynolds died in prison or something like that. But
that's how you'd have finished it up.
Something like that. You know, something different. It's definitely different than what it was. Which kind of let me down,
that's like I said. They didn't finish telling the story.
No.
I mean, we should pick a couple movies and do that. Remember, like, just now that you're back from vacation, we got to do next week. Let's talk about Stroker Ace.
Yeah, I gotta that movie. I'm probably gonna have to wait till Sunday to do it because I've got stuff going on with the regular job tomorrow and Friday, and then Friday I've got to get ready and have all my stuff together because we're shooting another episode of 420 Eats on Saturday.
Boom, another one.
Yeah, we're rolling these
so
things out now.
episode 6 will be on the channel in the next couple weeks, probably.
Yep.
I'm saying.
Yep, and 7 probably not far after that.
Yeah, we're going to firm up the deal. We're going to go to a newer establishment